though.
I love numbers, and I took accounting class, and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Fitness Society podcast for the second episode today. This is more than we've ever filmed before. I want to welcome Toby, one of our athletes here. He's come on the team just here recently. We're launching this athlete program. If you watched episode 1, you got the gist. I don't know why I'm going over all this.
Let's go.
Toby is a competitive bodybuilder. He's also an online coach and a personal trainer at Crunch Wickham, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome. And like Jacob will link your link in here too.
Right on.
So how'd you start your fitness journey? Like, why?
That's a good question, man. So I got a bunch of sports backgrounds. Growing up in England, like
You're from England?
cricket, kind of. So Pop's a little Air Force, DOD. So we did a bit of traveling, not a lot, but yeah, I was there from 12 to 17, so some proper years, like kind of growing up. I was just always into like sports and training. Like I always just wanted like whatever it was, just kind of tackle that. Came to high school over here, played soccer, got a scholarship. Again, just kind of always into training. Like I probably looking back now spent more time in the gym than I did trying to get better at soccer. You know what I'm saying? And eventually I ran into a few ACL tears, some knee surgeries. And I think by junior year of college, I was like, all right, fuck this. Like it's time to kind of go one way.
And it's a weird like transition out of like regimented sports. After that, you're kind of like, what do I do? We literally quit wrestling to bodybuild.
Yeah, so very similar. And it's like, and that's a very cardio sport too. So it's like, it's a little different. Like you're kind of always on go, I felt like, whereas bodybuilding's a little more patient, a little more science.
110% more patience.
Yeah, and I hated cardio. So that was kind of nice to get out of, but I was always kind of tricked to being like, I mean, probably similar to you with wrestling, you guys were just good at it. So it's like, okay, dude, I need to do something. I'm good at this. Let me see where it takes me. But then again, dude, like something clicked junior year where I was like, yo, I hate waking up for soccer at 5:30 in the morning, but I don't mind going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning. And then that's kind of where that evolution started. And then in terms of training, just like going through so many knee surgeries, the whole like joint tissue thing really started to kind of fascinate me, where people are just in pain in the knees and the lower back and the hips. So I started really going into kind of rehabilitation and just kind of understanding how that kind of functioned around like bodybuilding essentially. And there was this really cool guy. He's kind of a little older now. His name is Ben Pokolsky, I think.
Okay.
He owns MI40 Gym. So I was following MI40 Gym in Tampa before they really even became a massive open gym. So this is probably like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And he was just all about mechanics. And so like, obviously, someone who likes to train hard, lift heavy, I kind of like to use a little bit both aspects, but he was just really mechanical based, really trying to learn the anatomy and essentially kind of taking that weight that you're distributing over your body off the connective tissue and onto your muscles. So that's kind of where all started. And then just, so many clients I have that have arthritis or just tendonitis issues, just essentially overuse of the joints. Dude, all I do is build muscle around it.
And if you can really help those clients that are suffering with
it's game changing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're going to be loyal customers after that.
Oh, dude, they
because
really do stick around.
Like when you can take something that's like giving them pain every day and fix something like that, then you have a lifetime customer,
Big
like
time.
for sure.
And then it's just cool to see someone like, thinking like especially my military guys 3 years in, they're like, dude, you can't, like, I've had this elbow issue. I've had this, like, dude, all we do is, build up the muscle tissue around it. And like 3 to 6 months, I ask them about it. They're like, dude, I totally forgot about that pain.
So my dad is a big advocate of, he has a bad back.
Yeah.
And I always tell him he needs to like do at least like light deadlifts to build the tissue around it.
They're scared too.
And no, he literally gets pissed at me and he's going to watch this and yell at me. Yeah. He's like, do you not understand what a herniated disc is? And I'm like, Dad, you have to build around it.
Bro.
He doesn't.
Learning how to use that muscle too, that kind of, and then you got to understand too, when you build it, you actually are doing injury prevention in terms of like, okay, let's say you kind of put too much weight on that, on your erectors around your spine, you're going to have erectors that can seize up and almost, pull or strain themselves before your spine gets.
So funny thing about this, from wrestling and from lifting super young and too young, my lower back was like screwed like the last like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And the reason I tell my dad that is because I started I completely neglected squatting and deadlifting.
For sure.
I was like, no more. Well, then I started going to the gym and I would literally squat 135, deadlift 135, full contraction through the glutes, hamstrings, lower back. Now I have zero back pain, and I can squat and deadlift again,
right?
however much my
And
body
the
lets
cool
me.
part is you got fucking quads and hamstrings to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So it is dope. It's just like, you got to put that ego away and all that stuff. So I think that's probably the hardest part people deal with.
So did you go to school for anything like this, or what'd you go to school for?
Actually, counting. I was a big
Accounting?
tax guy. Yeah, I'm a big. I think that's how I got into it too. Just the statistical background. But I've been doing this. I've been progressively trying to get better at this whole concept for about 8 years.
Wow.
So,
And when I first met you, you were doing accounting of some sort, weren't you?
yeah, I was working from home. That shit was just killing me though. Like my heart's always been into like helping people, and then obviously doing online training and just bodybuilding in general.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment I kind of got the balls to take that leap and dive in, I threw that shit behind me.
So you're full-time training now?
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
it's been awesome.
Yeah.
It was good stuff to learn though.
I love numbers, and I took accounting class, and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it definitely has its applications in a lot of everyday life stuff. So that's
Nice.
a pretty cool aspect of it.
So where are you going? What's next?
So definitely growing the team a little more, trying to get a little more athletes on stage, and then just me personally, probably another year of growth before we try for that pro card one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, excited for the future, man. Just taking it slow. Body feels great. Never felt better. I think that's the coolest part, just getting older and feeling
How old are
better.
you?
30.
30?
I'm old, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm 27. I've just been kind of feeling like, besides what I was just bitching about my ankles and my knees from
right.
running,
Yeah,
but I'm feeling pretty optimal. And I'm like, damn, I'm almost
Yeah,
30, and I'm like
it's
optimizing.
Cool. It's cool. Like, dude, I felt like shit at 22, bro. You know what I'm saying? I felt like shit.
That's how I was at like 25. I was like, ow, like I don't think I should hurt this much.
Yeah. So,
But it's those high school sports, and like Jacob was saying, like the football workouts, like
yeah, man.
those are so unhealthy.
Oh, dude, the amount of fucking high school clients I get that are just like, they're gym coaches or whatever. I got pet peeve with PE coaches.
Well, dude, they don't know what they're
heavy.
doing.
Yeah,
Like
lift heavy, and
clean
you're
and
like,
jerk,
right.
clean and jerk, clean and jerk.
Just like whatever you gotta do, point A to point B as fast as you fucking can. Just fuck, dude. Like, okay, we'll take it from
All
there.
right, my man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on the team. We're glad to have you.
Bro.
Let's
Appreciate
grow.
it. Yeah, man. I'm excited to get some fucking work done.
Sweet.